Beat live, you know, Lil Juke. Hey, bitch, I'm a problem, nobody solving. You can keep hating, I'm popping regardless.
Hello, everybody. I thought I'd do a story time that I have not really talked about. Like, I put it on Facebook, like, every year on the date of the anniversary, right there. But this year, I did not think about it, like, nothing. But anyways, as you see the date, 2/12/17, February 12th, 2017. That was the most tragic day of my life. Like I said, I'm not doing no makeup in this video. This is just raw me, because I felt like this is something that is well overdue. Like, I just never really brought it to, like, I didn't put too much attention to it. Alright, I spent too much time talking about that. Anyways. So, okay. I can remember that day, and it's like, I can tell you, like, the many different stories that I got about that day. But I don't really think that I will ever really know about that day. And I'm going to, like, explain stuff after that day. And, like, mental stuff after that day. Mental stuff like, what did I witness while this happened? What did I feel like, or did I have any kind of illicit dreams after? Did I run into these people? Vice versa, whatever. But, okay. So basically, I was in a coma on that day. And it was a blur. Like, all the way up until leading to that time, it was a blur. So, okay. Me and my family were drinking this particular night. We are heavy drinkers. I'm like 5 feet tall. I probably was like 125 pounds at the time. I'm not really sure. But okay. Like I said, I was a heavy drinker. So, drinking has never really been a problem for me. I'm not like, I don't mean like a heavy drinker, like I'm an alcoholic. I mean, like, when it's time for me to drink, I could drink. Drink. But I don't really do that anymore as much. But anyways. So, we were drinking that night, and there's been times when I have went out and drank. Like, drank before I went out. So, it really wasn't nothing in particular to me. So, basically, I got hit up. Now, this is a family member now. Yeah, I'm going there because ain't nobody gonna do nothing to me. Ain't nobody gonna say nothing to me because I already went there with the people. That's just what it is. So, they hit me up. They were saying, like, hey, you want to link? We can go out and stuff, go to, like, a party, whatever. I'm like, all right, cool. See, my thing is, this isn't the first time I've been out with this person. I've been out with this person on numerous occasions. We partied a lot, and that's what it was, a party friendship. She didn't really know personal stuff, such as who was I dating, talking to, sleeping with. She didn't know none of that. We were strictly party friends, and we actually ended up becoming family. So, ain't nothing I'm telling you in this story is a lie. I don't care if it's embarrassing, I'm gonna tell. And if you know me, then you know that this is me. And if you want to know if I'm, what really, like, you know, how deep it went, I have family members that will tell you, that will witness everything with me firsthand. But anyways, so, like I said, she hit me up, and I'm like, all right, cool, we could link. So she came and scooped me. Now, it was 4 of us. It was me, her, and her other 2 friends. Now, I've been around these other 2 people, not like with her, but like one of them went to school with me too. She went to school with me. And the other girl, me and her, like, lived in the same neighborhood. We had the same friends. We caught the same bus. So, you know, I kind of felt not so much comfortable. It was like, okay, well, I've been around these people before, so, they're my birds. So, I really shouldn't have a concern. So, they came to scoop me. So, now, they want a pregame. But they in my neighborhood, so they don't really like know no liquor store. So we had to drive like, I think it was like 6 minutes away from my house at the liquor store, not like my old house. And then we needed cups, so we had to go across the street to the 7-Eleven. Now, see, my thing is, I was funny about pre-gaming because I'm like, the people that I originally hung with, they always come with bottles. But I didn't know these people, so it's like, I think the one person was underage. And I think that's why we was drinking, because she couldn't even drink in the place. So we had to get drunk before we went. But I was already drinking, so I didn't really have much to drink. So, okay. We had to go over the Grand Island Bridge to get to Niagara Falls, because that's where that place was at. At that time, I did not know what the place was, because I felt like I was comfortable with her and the places that she took me, because she knew popping places. So we go over the bridge, we drinking. My outfit, the outfit. So it was dead winter. It was cold as hell. And I'm not thinking like, oh, you know, we're going to be outside waiting or anything like that. I'm not thinking nothing of it. So I put on a little jacket. I mean, who really walks around with big jackets? I mean, yeah, okay, it's a dead winter, my bad. But yeah, I had on this thin jacket. It was a gray jacket. I think I threw that jacket out. I don't know if I still have that jacket. But it was a gray jacket, and it had like a violet pinkish glitter on the jacket. And it said Juicy Couture. I had black knee-high boots on, some jeans, and I had like a old shirt from when I was like a teenager. Yeah, I was still fitting clothes for me being a teenager. And it was like, I'm going. We going. So, and my hair was blonde at the time. I think it was just my tips. It was like an ombre I did myself. Girl, I was cute. Period. But like I said, we go over the bridge and we get to the place. Now, I don't see the building. I just see a parking lot, I think, with a bunch of cars in it going like far. It's like we must have had to like walk to the place. I never seen this place. Don't know what the place looked like. I just remember cars in the area. I swear I've seen cars in like a field or a lot somewhere. It was like at some kind of hall or something. Like it was, okay, we were going to a Kappa stepping joint or something like that. I didn't know that till after the fact. So I remember walking, and then we ran into somebody else that we went to school with, which was a dude. I won't be dropping names, okay? I'll just be telling you the story. And I was really kind of close or cool with that dude because I used to talk to one of his friends. And like, shit, we was just cool in school. Like, he knew I talked to his boy. And shit, like, where we both were from, like, both of our sides were, like, affiliated. We all, like, knew each other. So, you know, he said, what's up? What's up, dude? Like, Delia, how you been? I've been all right, blah, blah, blah. That's all I remember. I don't remember nothing else. At all. All I know is I woke up in a hospital. Okay? In a hospital. I woke up in a hospital and I was restrained to the bed and I could not breathe. I could not breathe. At all. I could not breathe. Like, I was restrained to the point where, like, I could kind of reach my tubes because I was incubated. Which means they put the tubes on your throat. Like how the corona patients that need to get their airways for them to breathe. I got incubated. I was incubated in the ambulance. The ambulance found me face down, soaking wet, with bruises on my arms. My knee was busted. I had bruises on my, like, scratches and stuff on my face. I had a bunch of scratches, like I was in the woods or something like that. So, yeah, the ambulance found me face down in the woods, drenched, in a coma, non-responsive. They did not know anything about me. God really had a purpose for me, okay? And I haven't told this story, like, I haven't really put it out there. Like, I mean, like, if you were close to me, you kind of knew what had went on, and you just knew. So, like I said, I woke up in the hospital, and the nurse was like, "Do you know where you are, honey?" And I'm like, you can't talk with tubes in your mouth. Like, you can't even breathe. Like, if you wake up on tubes, if you wake up, period, that means that at that point now you could breathe. So I can't talk. So I'm panicking. Like, I'm starting to have like either a panic attack or anxiety attack. I don't know. But I'm panicking because like the machine next to me was like the incubation, like, you know, like the life support machine was right next to my bed. And then like my vital signs, and like I had IVs hooked up to me. I had all these little things on me and stuff, like those little stickers to check like EKGs. I had those on me. I was wrapped up. So she knew I couldn't talk. So she knew I was pulling for my tubes or trying to figure out like, what did I do? Did I kill somebody? What happened? I was not thinking anything about a coma, okay? Because that's what happened. I was in a coma. And I don't know. Okay, if you know me, of course, the first thing I'm going to think, like, damn, the boys got me. The cops got me. I didn't smoke somebody, because I would take it there. So I'm like, nah, hell nah. I'm with the tubes. Like, what the fuck? Like, what did I do? I don't know. Only thing I could think of at the time, like, no, like, all jokes aside, because I'm being serious. This is like raw me. All I could think of was like, yo, my mom is going to whoop my, yeah, she's going to kill me, because how did I get in this situation? I still have a child at home. I have to go back home to my child, which I was heartbroken that day when I woke up, because I was on, they incubated me they called me at 2:30 in the morning, and they immediately incubated me in the ambulance. And they put like a warming blanket on me because I was cold. I was like 2 degrees away from the freezing point. If you don't know, the freezing point is 32 degrees. I was 34 degrees. So yeah, if nobody wouldn't have discovered that I was there, or, you know, see me lingering on, I would have been dead as hell. So I'm doing this to the nurse, like trying to insinuate that I want to write, but I'm stuck to the bed. Like, when I was in school in the healthcare field, they taught you about restraints, but to physically be in restraints, it just seems unreal. It just didn't feel right. Like, and I've never been that close to a you know, I can't think right now. The machines. I never been that close to a machine that's life support machine. So it bothered me. It mentally traumatized me, because I'm like, yo, even in school, I've never been that close to a machine. So I'm just like, yo, like, I'm in the machines. I'm on the restraints. Like, we played around in school when we was learning how to restrain each other, but to actually be in the restraints is just crazy. So the lady comes back, the nurse comes back, and she keeps asking me, like, do you know who you are? Do you know your name? But obviously I can't talk. I'm incubated. So she gives me paper and pen. They thought I had amnesia. They thought I didn't know where I was at, because I had like scratches and stuff all on my face, my arms, and whew, it was just too much, like everywhere. Hair was jacked up. My hair was drenched. It was wet. Well, it wasn't wet at that time. Like, it had probably partially dried because they were warming me up. But she put the paper and pen close enough to where I can write it. Literally close enough to where I could write it. She put it, and it said, call mom. And I put my mom's number, insert number. So the crazy thing is, they had all my personal belongings, but all my clothes were dirty and drenched, like soaking wet. I'm surprised like my phone even survived that. I don't know how my phone survived that at all. Ew, big pee-pee. So they did not check my personals at all, which I'm not mad. But they could have found out who I was. I was like a Jane Doe to them until I woke up, and they were still like on the fence because they really didn't know whether or not like I would come out knowing who I am or where I'm at or how did I get here. So they called my mom or whatever. They could not take me off the tubes because nobody knows this. I'm not sure if people are educated. I don't have a proxy. Well, I didn't have a proxy. I do now after that happened, which is my mom. I know it's weird because she's older than me, but that's all I got. So basically, they would not take me off the tubes until somebody else identified me, which is like a parent or whoever I, said, hey, call me. And this is my mom. They called her. She didn't answer at first. I guess they kept on blowing her up. But my mom has like this serious intuition. Like she be knowing when like stuff is not right, because I usually don't like not tell her like if I'm somewhere. I always tell her like I'm somewhere. Like that's how close we are. So they called her. I fell asleep at that point because like I was just like still panicking and I could not believe like what the fuck like this yeah, you left me. So I was pissed. I went to sleep. I get woken up to all my immediate family. All my family. I get woken up to all my family. And I'm just like, oh, okay, cool. This is not good because y'all waited till my immediate family got here to take me off the tube. So that kind of traumatized them. Like, it was already too much for me, but to traumatize them, now you got me in hot doo-doo because that was just a whole nother story. So my mom was like tweaking out. She's like, what the how did this happen? Like, oh my god, my baby. Because I'm blown up. Like when you go through like something like that, like a coma, and you're non-responsive and you start to lose oxygen and stuff, your body gets inflamed, like it swells up. So I was like that. And then like I had all these scratches and bruises and stuff, and my hair was jacked up. I just looked like crazy. So they were really expecting the worst too in the hospital. They asked me like, did somebody rape me? And I'm pretty sure I would know if somebody raped me. I probably wouldn't, but they did all of these they did every test to man on me. They did CT scans, MRIs, and they put me in a bear hugger to warm my body up back up because I was damn near dead. Like I was right there crossing over, like literally about to cross over. What else did they do? They took blood from me. They kept taking blood from me. They were giving me medication because I was severely sore. Like, yo, going in a coma, I don't know what death feels like. Nobody does, except for the people upstairs. But that was the worst feeling in the world because it's like you're in a vegetative state. And whatever happened for you to get there first, you start feeling the effects after. So, yeah. I do not remember what my blood alcohol level was. But they said it was pretty high for a short person. For me to be 5 feet. But I mean, like I said, I drink. So okay. Nobody knew what happened. But I was able to like get enough strength. Like, okay, before I get on the strength part. They took my tubes out in front of my family. I had to relax. I was laying on the bed. I had to relax, and I had to take a deep breath in, and then I had to let it out when they take the tubes out. If you rip the tubes out, you're going to damage your trachea or whatever. Yeah, that stuff right there, trachea, esophagus, whatever. Trachea. You're going to damage that. So that's why they advised me like not to pull on it, and you gotta take a deep breath. That hurted. Yo, I was raspy like crazy when they extubated. I think I'm saying that right. When they extubated me. So this is where the heartbreak came in at. Knowing that I had to stay at the hospital. They had to monitor me at the hospital until they felt like I was comfortable to come home. I stayed at the hospital. I went on the 12th. 14. So I was there. I came home on Valentine's Day, I think. So I was there like 3 days. Yeah, 3 days. I came home on Valentine's Day. Now, I'm a really strong individual because I made people's Valentine's Day baskets because I'm a really loving and caring person. I love to make people happy. So, you know, people were like, oh, no, you can keep the money, you know, go ahead. You know, you just was in a coma. How do you just come out and just do stuff for people? Because, like I said, I love to make people happy. So, even though I wasn't happy inside, I still wanted to make other people happy. And I made very beautiful baskets. And I did it for like 2 years straight. And then I just stopped. So, while I was in the hospital, nobody on Facebook knew that I was in the hospital or I had suffered from a coma. I was on Snapchat. And one of my friends from out of town seen my snap, but he didn't say nothing to me. He said something to me on Facebook. And he was like, I think he said like, get well soon, or like, are you okay, or something like that. And I was like, nah, I'm in the hospital. I was in a coma. You know, I was just explaining to him. And at that time, I just didn't want to explain to him. I just told him when I get home or something like that. So, going back to the dude that I ran into before he's gonna come up. So, okay. Like I said, I came home on Valentine's Day. My family came and got me and took me home. And I still had to do errands and runs and stuff. I don't know how the hell I was doing errands after I just came from a coma. Yo, I was weak. Like, I was no good to the world. But I still was doing what I needed to do. So, where am I at now? Because this was like 2017. And I'm really trying to like... I'm trying to remember still. So, okay. What happened? So, yeah, my family, they own stuff at this point. They're like, yo, like the whole time I was in the hospital, that's what I was trying to get at. The whole time I was in the hospital, the people that I were with were, I got 4 different stories. I got the family member that was a friend that turned into family member. Her 2 friends and the guy that I ran into story. 4 different people's stories, okay? And the 3 of the girls, they all were lying, and they thought I was like dead or something like that, about to die in a coma. So like, it's like they was kind of low-key praying on my downfall. And I was just like, yo, that's crazy that y'all not even telling the truth. Because what if I would have died, you know? Like, what if it's the point? Because like, I have a child just like the one person, the friend that turned into a family member has a child. And that's what really messed me up, knowing that what if my daughter wouldn't have a mom? What if she growed up, you know, saying, oh, my mom died in a coma? That bothered me a lot. That made me a very angry person. I did not seek counseling at first when that happened. It took me about 2 years to seek counseling. A year and a half? Yeah, to seek counseling, because I tried to do everything in my power, because like I said, I was a strong person. And I did not want to talk about it at all. I bottled it up, and I drew. I was drinking. I did. Well, okay, at that time, I wasn't drinking. I stopped drinking for a while. But I would casually drink, like, or I would do, like, I would go out, hang with my friends, or, like, everybody had to know my whereabouts. There was not a time when nobody didn't know where I was at. So that's why I was just like, yo, like, that shit really fucked my life up. So, okay, while I was in the hospital, I'm getting sidetracked. The 3 girls, like I said, they were telling 3 different stories that did not make sense. The one girl was not trying to tell the truth because she didn't want to snitch her friends out. The other girl was just like, oh, you need to tell the truth because, you know, I don't want to be in this. I don't want to get involved in this. This is too much. I don't want to get in trouble, blah, blah, blah. Homegirl, which was my friend / family member now, she was fucking bullshitting, okay? That's what she was doing. She's full of crap. She's a narcissistic individual. She does not care about nobody but herself. I don't even know why she has a child. Yes, I'm taking it there because my life wasn't involved. I would never do that to nobody, ever. If you my friend and we turning into family, we've been friends, like regardless if we were just party acquaintances, we were still family at the end of the day. That broke, like, not so much broke up my family. It just made situations awkward because, you know, they wanted to touch on what really happened. Because I don't know what she was telling, but I know my side of the story was getting told either by me or my mother. So, to people, and like stuff happens, people don't realize like karma will get you, okay?